It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We are back in town, ready to go. And we'll tell you about our weekend. It was a full weekend for us. We'll tell you about that in a little bit. Well, first, we want to say thank you and welcome to Blue Current Credit Union.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that fun to hear them listed on the sponsors now? So thank you to Blue Current.
Absolutely.
And we hope that you will check them out. Credit Union in Springfield.
Yep. Very good. Let's start with some news.
All right. The Rolla community is mourning the loss of 3 people who were killed in a house fire late Saturday night. An off-duty deputy who lives near the house responded after seeing fire, but it was too late. The deputy saw a young boy outside who was okay, but apparently 3 people were still trapped inside, and the fire and smoke were too thick for crews to be able to go in. No word yet on the cause of that fire. It is under investigation. Speaking of fires, you know that we've had a lot of them in the Ozarks recently because all of the wind and dry temperatures.
Yeah.
And now some rural fire departments are saying, stop doing burns because we've had a burn ban or a red flag advisory in effect. They are going to start issuing tickets. The Doolittle Fire Department says no more leniency. The fire department there says if crews respond to any outside fire caused by, quote, somebody negligently burning during the burn ban, they will contact the sheriff's office.
Well, yeah, it starts to get pretty serious. It's been very dry and very windy and warm. So those are all you need for fires. And man, that can do a lot of damage in a hurry, as we've seen in Texas. You've seen how quickly that fire's been moving. Okay. It seems like the Republican caucus was over before it started in the state of Missouri. Former President Trump ran away with the political race in our state. In fact, the Associated Press was able to call the statewide race just 2 hours after the caucuses started. So it did not take much time. The writing was on the wall, as it were. Other candidates included Nikki Haley, but she didn't garner, in Greene County at least, she did not garner the minimum number of people at the caucus to make her even eligible to receive delegates. So the contest was over very, very quickly. This is the first time that Missouri's Republican Party has named its presidential candidate through the caucus format. And I'd like to hear from some caucus goers. I mean, it was a little bit uneventful because it was such a runaway, but I bet it was a neat experience, nevertheless.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I had a friend who went. I haven't talked to her in depth about it, but yeah, she did say it was a neat experience indeed.
Yeah. We talked about wanting to be a fly on the wall. We were out of town, so we missed it. Mercy Hospital in Springfield is being sued by the family of a patient who died in the ER waiting room. That lawsuit claims he was left in the waiting room for almost 12 hours, despite having symptoms of chest pain and numbness in his left arm and a history of heart attacks and coronary artery disease. The family of 56-year-old Anthony McGowan is suing now for damages, claiming Mercy was negligent.
There is a new emphasis on cold cases right now inside the Springfield Police Department. They have received some money to cover expenses that would allow detectives to take a fresh look at some cases that have been unsolved for many years. The department is hiring retired detectives to work on some of those cases, hoping that advances in technology and DNA and genealogy can help solve some of the city's 10 cold case homicides. Very interesting. Especially when you consider Kellyanne Workman, the one down in Douglas County, recently solved after 35 years. And that was, a fresh set of eyes in a former, I think, FBI investigator, and then a lady who I guess worked for like DHSS. And it was just truly incredible that they were able to do that after so long,
Well, the technology has really come a long way. Certainly, I mean, it seems like it's growing exponentially, I mean, it's faster and faster. It's so much better and better. and of course, Springfield has the very high profile 3 missing women case, which I'm sure that would be one of the 10, I'm sure, or maybe 3 of the 10. I'm not sure how they count that.
Yeah, no doubt. Very interesting. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on SPD and their progress. If you loved February like we both did because we
Yep.
like hot weather,
Yep.
then you must be a warmer weather lover as well because February was the second warmest on record in Springfield. The first on record was February of 2017.
I don't remember that one. I should the warmest ever. I think I should remember that, but this goes down for me as the best February ever
Yes.
in my book.
I mean, how quickly you forget because 2017 must have been a good year.
Right.
This February, Springfield only had 6 days that were below average temperature,
6
which
days
indeed
below
is
average.
our kind of February.
Yeah, man, that's a good February because usually Sarah doesn't like me to bring it down, but I usually dislike February the most out of
Yeah.
any month.
Well, I just don't appreciate someone who has a glass that's half empty. You know what I mean? And sometimes in
But
February, his is. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
but you're not seeing that I'm thrilled about it. I'm happy. I'm just
No,
telling you that
I am seeing it. I said last week that I feel like you've turned over a new leaf. You're a brand new man. All of those things are
I
true.
am. Okay. It is. That's all. It is all true. Hey, if you were sorry to see Hot Cluckers disappear from Springfield, which it did in a flash, you'll recall because of some trouble, you'll be happy to hear Dave's Hot Chicken is coming to town at some point. That's the tough part is that it's at some point. Serves up Nashville hot chicken, has 140 locations across the United States and Canada. I've never been to one. I don't even know that I've seen one.
Yeah,
But
same.
I'm going to be going as soon
Same.
as it opens here. The owners of Dave's Hot Chicken are planning 7 more locations, and Springfield will be one of them. But at this point, there is no timeline for that. There's also no location. So first things first, you got to do location, 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 and then build your chicken place.
All right. It's a moment that many people have been waiting for. Silver Dollar City is getting ready to reopen the beloved Fire in the Hole roller coaster.
Yeah.
It opens on Saturday, March 30th. Today's
right.
the 4th.
It's days
So
away. Yeah.
not too much longer. Yeah. It's a $30 million coaster. This is Silver Dollar City's biggest investment ever for a
Yeah.
single attraction.
Maybe it's inflation, but I'm a little surprised by that because they put up some really impressive involved roller time traveler. I mean, that thing's involved.
I mean, that one seems actually simpler, if you will, than the Mystic Falls,
Yeah.
the water one. I
That's
mean,
the most
think about
recent
all
one.
of the moving parts in that thing, and then the water, and then the
Yeah.
lift, and then So,
Well, I'm anxious to see what the new Fire in the Hole is going to be because
well, let me
uh,
tell you. Let me
okay.
tell you.
Please.
Stay tuned. So the new coaster is still housed in a 5-story building. It has immersive scenes and a very fancy, apparently, digital displays throughout. There you go.
Okay. Well,
So that's what I mean. Yeah.
still, that
Season
doesn't
opens, by
seem.
the way, March 9th, which
Si-
again, March 9th, season opens. March 30th, Fire in the Hole opens.
Yeah. I mean, okay. It doesn't sound like it would be that expensive, but hey, I'm going to go see it and see why it's as expensive as it is.
Me too. We got a media invite to go, but I can't go because I have these children that I need to homeschool.
So you
Unless
just
Silver Dollar
chose.
City sees this, if Silver Dollar City sees this and Dalton
I'm sure
calls me and
yeah.
tells me to bring the kids, then I'm in.
Then you'll go without me. That's
He's
fantastic.
their PR
That
guy, by
sounds.
the way. So if anybody knows Dalton, tag him in this, and maybe
Well.
he'll call and say, you know what? Just bring your kids, and we'll think of a homeschool lesson on like gravity and aerodynamics. And there's a lot. Actually, you know what? There's a lot you could learn from a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Come
Don't
to
worry
think
about
of it.
me. I'll just be fine on my own. Don't
You
worry
could
about me.
go.
You and the
You
kids.
got it.
go.
You got
No.
an invite too, as long as you can get off from your day job.
Well, that's the thing. Okay. It wasn't very polar, but it was in fact a plunge. We know that much. The annual polar plunge in Springfield took place over the weekend. Didn't have its normal bite, which was probably welcomed by some of the participants. Sure, the lake temp was only 44 degrees, but could have been so much worse, and usually is. Honestly, it's early March. Um, it's all for a good cause, regardless of its polar aspect. It raised $27,000 for the Missouri Special Olympics. So good on them for
I
another
mean, if the
good public
water
cause.
was only 44, it's still
It's chilly.
miserable.
Yeah, it's chilly.
Chilly. It's freezing. You know what a lap pool is? A lap pool is anywhere between 83 and 86 degrees.
But it was like 75 outside. What I'm saying is it's usually
I
cold
know what you're
outside as well.
saying. You're
And it
right.
hasn't
I
been.
know. I'm just
It
saying
was
that
the warmest,
44 degrees
second
is
warmest February ever.
freezing.
The water was warmer.
Yeah.
All right.
True. Okay. Finally, we have this. Last week was Leap Day. We had Leap Day, which is a rarity. And get this, 23 babies were born in Springfield on Leap Day. Isn't that amazing? Between
Wow.
Cox and Mercy. I mean, there could have been more even home births, but just at Cox and Mercy, there were 23 Leap Day babies, and that number includes 2 sets of twins.
Oh, that's cool. That's
I
very
know.
unique,
Isn't
isn't it?
that fun? Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how many, what the average number of births in Springfield is between the hospitals. Is that like an average? Do they count on, between
Like per day, you
18
mean?
and 28 babies typically
Per
on
day?
per day? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would guess that is probably an average. It's not really technically an average because there's a mathematical equation for that.
Yeah.
But one of them had 10 babies, the other one had 13 babies all on the same day. That's probably par for
Pretty
the
close.
course.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we had our babies this weekend out of town. We had the girls. Let's see. Sarah left third. We were in Kansas and Kansas City and had to drive 2 cars. That's how insane our lives are. But Sarah left Thursday. That's why she wasn't on the podcast Friday morning. With the girls for a swim meet. The championships were held in Topeka, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then I worked Friday. I went with Griffin Friday night. We met them at the hotel, got up Saturday. We went to the pool with the girls and watched them swim. Sarah went to speak at a women's conference in Kansas City. And then she came and met us. We hung out in the afternoon and in the evening, more swimming for the finals. We spent the night again at the hotel. And then I got up and I went Sunday to Kansas City for 3 soccer games that the boy played. And Sarah was with the girls for yet more swimming.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up, the girls got to the finals in swimming. So she ended up coming home late, got home like 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
I got home about 9:45 because I had to go pick up the dog. And that was our weekend. So
It was great. Honestly, it was
I could use a
great. And
day
I was
off.
super thankful that it was all in the same direction because the women's conference was scheduled first.
Yeah.
And then soccer and then swim meets. And with swim meets, you want them to make finals. You do.
Of course.
But then when they make finals, you're there all night long, which
Because
is
the
awesome
finals,
because that's why we're there. That's why we're there,
well,
to
because
swim.
because the finals are in the afternoon after the initial races during the day. If you do
Right.
well in the early races, then you go to the finals in the afternoon. So that's what
Right.
she's talking about.
And they did. Both of
So
them
they
did.
made
So that was
finals, which is
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need today off
A
just
vacation day
from
from
letting
your
go.
weekend.
Yeah. I did get
Mhm.
some sun. I tell you what, it was windy and very warm in Kansas City. It was so windy sitting out of the soccer fields that Griffin and another kid actually, their mouth got so dry and that they, if it was like their throat closed up and they couldn't get a breath. Griffin freaked out thinking that he was going to die because he couldn't and because he felt like he couldn't breathe running out on the soccer field. And then it got in his head that I can't breathe, and it made it worse. He started what's that?
Hyperventilating?
Hyperventilating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we calmed him down. Gave him some water, and he was fine. But he was freaked out for a little bit, and it freaked me out a little bit too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no doubt.
But because I tried what he was breathing through his mouth because his nose was a little stopped up. And I did that for a while after that with the wind coming at me, and my mouth was dried out and my throat in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even breathing hard.
It's
So
probably
anyway, that was
a
our
good thing I
weekend.
wasn't there. I might have
What
freaked out
else?
too.
Oh, you would have been fine. You would have said, "Get back out there. What's the matter with you?"
It's true. Actually, I probably would have.
But I got some sun, you can tell, which is nice. My first sun of the year.
Yes, that's nice. That is nice. It's good. Good, babes. Good. Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was good. Welcome to Monday, though. Back to work we go.
Back to work
And I
we
got to
go.
get to it.
Speak of the devil. Here we go. All
I
right.
know.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Yes,
Thanks to
and
Blue
thanks again to
Current
Blue Current.
for joining
Woo!
us
It's
in
awesome.
sponsorship. We appreciate that. It's a great business, so do some business with them.
Yes, amen. All right. Have a great day. See ya next time.